Radiance of the Seas in the first half of the year, and then Splendor of the Seas in the second half of the year will be the first two of what will most likely be 15 revitalizations over the next few years coming. So Radiance is done, and she got her new features, and she was very much refurbished, and she's back in service, and in fact she's heading over to Australia right now with an amazing array, particularly of specialty restaurants. And then Splendor of the Seas, who's already a big crowd favorite in Brazil, will get all her new features and then go down for yet another Brazilian summer season coming up here in a few months, and it should be great.
This is where the revitalization teams are working on the planning development in order to prepare for the execution of the project. What we have mapped out on this board here is basically all of the revitalization projects and a smattering of new builds at the bottom. So for the Vision class, for example, we've developed a design build philosophy such that if we've got one space, this is a list of all the spaces on board Splendor. We have a similar number of spaces on board the next two ships, Rhapsody and Grandeur. So if we have the architects do the work and it's useful across the remaining ships, we turn that into a design build package. So each of the architects would work on a general arrangement plan just like this one, where each of the areas are split up into the different venues. So each of the red dots on the first chart actually blows up into a timeline very much like this one. And what's very important for us in our process is that we have a very effective steering committee process. So we need to be able to do the work and present it in such a way that the executives understand the goal, the ambition, what the return on investment is, and how that's going to satisfy our guests when they come on board the ship.
It's so important to us to make sure that all 22 ships that we have the kinds of features that give credence to the idea that we have the greatest cruise ships in the world. So the royal advantage as it relates to the revitalizations is the investment program to ensure that our entire fleet rests on that mantle of superiority as it relates to cruise ships of the world.